All right, we looked at double angle formulas, so we also have to talk about half angle formulas, because these are kind of those two things that are tied together. If you can multiply by 2, you should also be able to divide by 2. And in this case, we have specific formulas that are going to be helpful in this task. And again, this is going to be super helpful if you're going to be solving really complex algebraic formations in trigonometric settings. So we have sine of u over 2 is equal to plus and minus the square root of 1 minus cosine of u over 2. And you're going to notice this looks a lot like our power reducing formula does. Then we're going to have cosine of u over 2 is equal to plus and minus 1 plus cosine of u over 2. And then we have, just like we did before, we're going to have a couple of different ways to write tangent. So tangent of u over 2 is equal to 1 minus cosine of u over sine, or tangent of u over 2 is equal to sine of u over 1 plus cosine of u. And again, this is going to be based off your own experience, which one is going to be more useful when it comes to simplification. So if you think back when we were looking at, the sine of 3x, the reason that I wrote the cosine the way that I did was because I knew I needed a sine in a certain place. So in this case, if I know that 1 plus cosine is going to cancel on the bottom, I would be rewriting it in terms of this. Whereas if I have a sine on the bottom of something else, I might want to write it as this. So it'll be all about feeling this out and seeing which one is going to be more helpful for the situation that you are in. Now, my note here is the signs of sine and cosine are going to be dependent on which quadrant they're going to fall into. So this plus and minus just means that they can take either value. It doesn't mean, like with a normal square root, that we're going to be taking both. In this case, we're going to be more curious about which quadrant they lie in to determine if these are going to be positive and or negative.